Clubs of America. Okay.
Well, thanks first off for having me. Kind of how I got connected here. Angie Ferguson, one of the CEOs of Drug Free Clubs, reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked, once they made through this first round of applications, if I would be the one that comes and speaks and gives a presentation on Drug Free Clubs and how that can help our kids here in Circleville. And I told her I'd be more than happy to do that, since we have had this club called Future, which is the Circleville High School chapter of the Drug Free Club at our high school now for 6 years. And there's also a branch or a chapter out in Westfall that's been going on. I think they're on their second or third year. So the grant itself is going to help fund both our chapter at Circleville and the Westfall chapter, based on the number of students that we get to join the club. They gave me some slides that they asked me to present on, and I wanted to kind of let you know that we are a chapter of this drug-free club, but I thought it would be more helpful for you all for me to explain to you a little bit about what our club does at Circleville and how it works. So essentially, students sign up to be a member of the drug-free club, and by doing so, they apply through an online process, and they agree to get drug tested to start the school year. By agreeing to get drug tested, as long as they pass their drug test, they are then admitted into our club, which is called Club Future. In return, the students get an ID card that then gets them rewards and incentives throughout the school year. And part of being in the club then subjects them to random drug tests throughout the school year. So we have about 25% of our population of students that we randomly drug test throughout the year. And what that does for the students is it gives them a reason to say no. Because at any time, as a member of the Drug Free Club, they may get that phone call, or they may get called down out of study hall, or our school nurse will call them out of class, and they could be tested. The good part about this program is it's not school affiliated. So if a kid does test positive, or if there does become an issue, it doesn't come back on the school. It is completely handled through the Drug Free Club, meaning that if a positive test does come up, they get in contact with the parents. The parents are then notified through the Drug Free Club. Part of the cost of that's associated with the membership is the counseling services that are on the back end. So if a kid tests positive and the parents don't know what to do about it, there's a counseling service out of Cincinnati that they partner with, that immediately they put them in touch with a counselor and can help those students out. But I have personally seen this as a really positive thing for us at the school. Instead of looking at it from a punitive side of things, in a punishment side of things, or a discipline side of things, we're giving the kids an option and giving them something to use to help them make good choices and make those choices on their own, versus being forced to. We started out the club 6 or 7 years ago with the hopes of having maybe 40 or 50 kids get involved. The first year we had over 100, which was great. 2 years later, we were at 330, which was over half of the student population at Circleville High School, and we were ecstatic about that. And then, unfortunately, COVID hit in the last couple years. Our membership last year was really tough because we weren't in school during, or at least not full time. We were part A, part B days. It was kind of crazy, but during the testing situation, we had a number of kids that weren't coming into the building. So last year we were down to about 100, or last year we were down to around 112, and this year we're back up over 200 again. So my goal has always been to try to get to that. Obviously, if we'd love to have all 100, 600 some kids that we have at the high school as a member, but our goal is to stay above that 50% of our student population. So the funds that we raise through this are two things. The funds that we raise through this, $20 is part of the student's fee. So it costs $67 per student in order to be a member. And we offset the cost from the school side in our club by doing fundraisers, asking for donations, grants, things like that, so that it only costs the kids $20. Now, I can tell you that over the course of the last couple of years, we've never turned a kid away. So if a kid has asked to be part of the program, we've done our best to try to fund that. A couple of funding methods that we currently use, one is our staff at Circleville City Schools. has agreed to some payroll deductions, so we all, everybody who supports that program pays $2 for each one of their paychecks, which is essentially sponsored one student. And we have a number of our staff that sponsor more than one student as well. But some of the incentives that the kids get, local businesses here in town have been very helpful with providing some of those things, just some of the things that the kids are excited about. The YMCA does half off a student membership, and they waive the initial initiation fee for the kids. Buffalo Wild Wings, Roosters, Wagner's Flowers gives the kids some money off their boutonniere and corsage at prom and homecoming time. Gibby's in the past has been a sponsor. We also have Circle Nutrition, so we're always looking for businesses and things that can to help point our kind of incentivize that for our kids as well. So the kids, when they get tested at school, we have a program. It's actually a partnership that we were able to work through with now Ohio Health, but Berger has been a tremendous partner in helping us get this started. And now, since we have one of their nurses that are the Ohio Health nurse that is in our building, that's kind of our other business partnership that we have that helps out there. And they've donated the time to come over and do all the drug tests. The initial drug tests are a big deal, 200 and some tests at the beginning of the year with kids that don't understand or know what that's all about. We kind of have to walk them through and explain some things, but they do a tremendous job in helping with that as well. So hopefully I explained a little bit. James said that you guys had some questions. I'll be happy to try to answer those. Yes?
No, you're